You ever wake up and know deep in your bones today's gonna be the day? Something breaks, could be your luck, could be your fence, could be the last nerve you've been clinging to for weeks. Yeah, that was me right before sunrise, standing there with a sledgehammer half raised and sweat running down my face when the world just flipped. Sirens blaring closer. And next thing I know, Detective Martinez is stepping out of his cruiser, scanning the property like he's sizing up a crime scene, only he isn't looking at me. Not really. He's watching the woman who's been making my life hell, stomping up with her phone waving like it's a badge, her hair perfect, her khakis sharper than a lawyer's grin. Karen Whitfield, queen of the block, empress of HOA nightmares. HOA. But let me back up a sec. The fence had become my whole life. 3 months of planning permits stacked up like pancakes, 2 weeks sweating over city requirements 18 inches deep, every post cedar planks lined up with military precision. I'd measured and remeasured because I just knew the day I broke ground she'd appear. And sure enough, Mrs. Chen from next door calls out, "Looking good, Marcus," and I'm grinning but keeping it low because the witch lives across the street and her hearing's as sharp as her attitude. "Just trying to keep the peace, Mrs. Chen, nothing more," I joke. But really, peace was the last thing on anyone's mind. Then Karen comes barreling out her front door like she's leading a parade, blonde hair, bouncing that expensive polo she probably ironed twice just for effect. She doesn't walk, she charges, shouting, "What the hell do you think you're doing? You ever try reasoning with a hurricane? That's what it feels like." Morning. "Karen, just building a fence on my property. All legal, all permitted." I'd practiced that line in the mirror. She laughed, sharp, glass-breaking. "We'll see about that. This is a historic neighborhood, Marcus. There are rules. You can't just throw up some trashy fence." She starts in about property values, her view of the park, the sanctity of her landscaping, and I just keep repeating, "It's cedar, 6 feet high, spaced to code. No HOA, no historic designation, all above board." She narrows her eyes. "Don't get smart with me. You're blocking my view. I'm keeping my old dog off the street," I say, just as Buddy, my golden retriever, lumbers over, tail wagging like he's got no clue we're at war. Karen takes one look at him and sneers. "That mutt should be put down." "Now I love Buddy, and you don't threaten my dog. He's never been in your yard, Karen." Say something like that again, and I catch myself, hands shaking but not raising my voice. Neighbors are gathering all shapes and sizes, peeking from behind curtains and hedges. Some look tired, others just curious, like it's the neighborhood's favorite reality show. "Show me your permits," she demands. So I go get my thick folder, color-coded, highlighted, signed and stamped by the city. She snatches it like she's uncovering a conspiracy, calls it fake. Then Harold Peterson, old postal worker, 30 years in the neighborhood, backs me up. "Saw him at City Hall myself," he shouts from across the street. Karen spins on him, tells him to mind his business, but Harold's not budging. When you're out here screaming every morning, it's everyone's business. Karen's laugh goes from bitter to nasty. There's no peace with people like him moving in. First offense, then loud music parties, and I can hear the racism in her voice clear as a bell. My hands ball into fists, but I keep it together. That's when I learned the full scope of her reign. Mrs. Chen and Harold fill me in Karen's run. 3 families out, in 5 years, always just legal enough to avoid getting nailed. False reports, lawsuits, calls to animal control, the IRS. She's a one-woman wrecking crew. Why hasn't anyone stopped her? She's careful, never crosses the line, but she makes life hell for anyone she doesn't like, Harold says. She doesn't like you because you're young, successful, and you don't back down. The more they tell me, the colder I get. I'd work my tail off for this house for a chance at some peace and roots, and I wasn't going to let her push me out. Sure enough, Karen's calling the cops, pacing her perfect lawn, shouting about illegal structures and threats. The whole circus is out now, neighbors watching, some with popcorn. I swear some just wishing for quiet. The cop who shows up, Detective Ray Martinez, is a decent guy, the kind who actually listens. He checks my permits, walks the line, calls city planning, and tells Karen, "Everything looks good." She's livid. "He threatened me. He's ruining the neighborhood." Martinez just raises an eyebrow. "Ma'am, let's keep it civil." But nothing's ever civil with Karen. Not for long. That night, my car alarm blares at 3:47 a.m. The backyard motion light flickers. Something's off. Next morning, I find 3 fence posts, sabotaged concrete chip boards, loose. I know it's her. Call Martinez. He checks it out, says it's a pro job, chisel or hammer, no prints. "Get cameras," he warns. So I do. Guy who installs them jokes about witness protection. "Nope," I say, "just a neighbor from hell." I text my sister Lisa, a lawyer in Chicago, and call her when words fail. She tells me, "Get a restraining order. Document everything." I tell her I don't have proof. She says, "That's not the point. Start drawing the line." Late that night, Martinez calls me out. Quiet, no lights. He's lurking by the fence, says he saw someone in my yard. Sure enough, it's Karen crouched by my fence post, digging, fumbling with something. Martinez hits her with the flashlight. She freezes. "Ma'am, you're trespassing," he says. She babbles, claims she's looking for evidence, then he shines the light on a little bag of white powder she was burying. "That yours?" Martinez asks. Karen's pale as chalk. "No, I found it." She was trying to set me up, make it look like I was hiding drugs. That's when Martinez cuffs her, trespassing, tampering, filing false reports. Neighbors are out in their pajamas, watching her get stuffed in the back of the squad car. Harold cheers. Mrs. Chen wipes a tear. Someone actually shouts, "About damn time. If you could bottle that relief, you could sell it on Main Street." But I didn't sleep. Sat by the window with a baseball bat, staring at shadows. Buddy snoring by my feet. At dawn, Martinez calls. "She threatened you on the phone at 2:30 a.m., he asks. "That's impossible. She's still in lockup." Turns out someone else made the call. Enter twist number 2. Officer Sarah Chen, cybercrime expert, and Mrs. Chen's niece shows up to trace the burner phone. The call was made from the neighborhood. Martinez asks if Karen's got anyone who'd help. I remember she's got a son, Danny, early 20s, dropped out of college, lives in her basement. Anger issues, bad history with the law. Harold confirms it even knows the make and model of Danny's car, but it's missing from Karen's driveway. We head over, knock, and catch Danny trying to scale the fence. He's all sharp edges, chip on his shoulder, and when Martinez confronts him about the threatening call, he folds pretty quick, found the burner phone box and the trash prints all over it. Danny confesses. He made the call just trying to scare you off, he says, eyes shining with desperation. She's just scared, man. Since Dad died, she's been angry, blaming everyone. And I see it for the first time, not just malice, but pain-loss folks drowning in their own bitterness. Martinez offers him a deal: community service counseling mediation. I nod, say I can live with that if he and his mother leave me alone if they get help. I tell Danny I'd rather be friends than enemies. He breaks down, says he's just tired. Aren't we all? Martinez has us sit down with Karen at county lockup, her hair a mess, her confidence gone, looking every bit a human instead of the monster she played. And for a minute I see the cost of all this, the anger, the fear, what it's done to a family, a street, a life. But justice is done, the fence goes up. Neighbors start talking again. Maybe there's hope. Maybe next summer I'll host that barbecue. Maybe Buddy gets to run his yard in peace. Or maybe, just maybe, someone else will decide the neighborhood isn't changing fast enough for their liking, because in America, there's always another Karen waiting in the wings, always another fence to build, and always someone ready to draw a line in the dirt. So let me ask you, where's the line in your neighborhood? Where's justice and where's just revenge? Share your story below. Let's see whose side you're on.